I think being brave enough to build less and just what you really need is as important, if not more important, than material choices themselves. The best answer is to build nothing, but if you have to build something, build just what you need, and then what you do build so well that it will last for a long time. We're in Sawmill Settlement, Victoria, Australia, at the bottom of Mount Buller. It's a quirky little area. A lot of people have built, looks like by themselves. I even hear there's a person that lives in a swimming pool turned upside down, but I haven't found it yet. This project was for a friend of mine, Holly, and the brief was, I want something small to share with my friends and family. It doesn't need to be huge. We're happy in a tent, so just something better than a tent. When I first came to the site, it was the beginning of a gully, and this gully collected all of the street's stormwater. So the first challenge was to design something that would stay out of the water in the big storms. Holly loved how raw and natural the site was. So by putting it on the columns, we could keep the site as simple as it was when she first fell in love with it. The building is built as a watertight building, and then the slats that are on the side, underneath and on top, sit off the waterproof part of the building by about 50 to 100 millimetres. The sun will hit the steel slats and they will absorb the heat. Air can move in between that skin and the waterproof skin, but the waterproof skin is not in the sun, it's shaded, so the actual building won't get as hot as it would. I'm only ever interested in something that's used for its practicality first and then do it in an interesting way that hopefully it looks beautiful. The steel is the obvious choice because it works with the bushfire rating. It's the structure and it also doubles as the second screen. A lot of people use it in the bush because rusted steel blends so beautifully with the colours. The building is kind of harsh from the outside. For somebody that hasn't been here before, it's almost a nice shock to go from looking at something that looks like maybe an aggressive object and then opening the front door and it's quite warm. It's all Victorian ash and Australian hardwood. Walk down the timber hallway, instantly you get glimpses of the big north-facing window. When you build in a bushfire area, all operable windows have to have a full-time fly screen, and I didn't want to have the view obscured by a fly screen. So the idea was, instead of a vertical fly screen, we put the fly screen on its side, so you would just look through the skinny edge, and that allows a nice amount of air to move through the building but doesn't obscure the view. The biggest challenge was hiding all the surfaces. Everything goes through the floor and down through the stairs, and I think that just helps keep the building simple. It's harder, I think, to make a roof look good than to make a wall look good. The roof just being covered in the flat steel slats looks so far from a conventional roof. I think it's interesting and it's my favourite view of the building. I'm spoiled in a big country like Australia to get opportunities to design buildings like this. I have a lot to learn. Hopefully they keep getting better.